Dun, dun, dun. Egotastic FunTime. Time. Hey, gang, I'm JP, and welcome back to Talking The Orville on Egotastic FunTime. Today, we're going to have a great time while I'm on my lunch break, me giving you my first impressions of last night's all-new episode of The Orville, Season 2, Episode 5, All the World is Birthday Cake. And wow, I thought the best way to start this review off is if I did something awesome and I got my horoscope for today. So I'm going to read my horoscope and see how this review is going to go. You know, see what's going on. So it says, Cancer, because I'm Cancer trash. The road ahead will be fraught with antipathy if you don't keep your gaze forward. It's important to know that sometimes a star is just a star. But if you stay true to yourself, the obstacles ahead will not stop you because you're a strong black woman who don't need no man. That's totally true. God. Astrology. Today's lucky numbers are 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42. We need to go back, Kate. So this episode, it was great. It was amazing. Directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. Of course, Tom Paris from Voyager. He did an amazing job. It was filmed at Cal State Northridge, at least, you know, the Gregorian parts. And this episode, the first thing I want to talk about before we get into the story is we finally met who we've been calling Tala, but they weren't pronouncing her name Tala. They're pronouncing it Tala. Tala Kayali, played by Jessica Szohr, the new security chief. Wow, way more awesome. I was so worried that she was just going to be a carbon copy of Alara. You know, she's about the same height, kind of the same look. Her hair's off to the side, you know, ponytail. They have to do something different. And I was so worried that she was just going to be the same character with the same story. No, she's different. She's a badass. She's a Lieutenant Worf, ready to kick ass and take names. She came to the ship. It was very lovely that he's interviewing her. And we learned that the reason they replaced Alara with another Selayan is because Ed begged for a Selayan. Great way to, you know, to have that play out. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm a Selayan, I'm going to be on the ship. No, Ed begged for one. So that was great that they had that line in there. She's very different, I'm happy to say, and we got to see her kick some ass. She opened a big old can of whoop ass. Jessica Szohr, very nice to meet you. The story was written by David Goodman, and I loved it. This is one of my favorite types of not only an Orville episode, but Star Trek. It's a what-if episode. What if? What if there was a world that was governed by astrology? I love that type of stuff. It's the same type of episode that we got last season with Majority Rule. That was a what-if episode. What if there was a society that was governed by pure democracy? And we see how it goes. So the Gregorians are basically dum-dums. But I loved that the episode started, right? It was on Regoria. Yeah, Regoria. I don't know, but they're the Gregorians. And, oh my God, my arm is getting tired. I just ordered a tripod for my phone. Sorry. So we could do these car videos on Fridays. Regoria, so they're ruled by astrology. They sent out a signal. They're very much kind of like a slightly futuristic Earth, not too futuristic, maybe, you know, 20 or 30 years ahead of us as far as, you know, their buildings and stuff like that. It reminded me very much of Earth, of California, to be honest. And so they send out a signal at the very beginning. Is anybody out there? And then it picks up after the theme with the Orville picking up the signal. Tala is like, oh, there's a signal coming in, old radio waves. It says, "Is anybody out there?" Instantly, and here's what I really appreciated. And it's years later. This is years later after the signal was sent, which is, a lot more realistic. If it was just picked up the next day, I would have been like, "Hey, that's kind of whack. Wiggity, wiggity, whack, daddy." So they pick it up, they go there. But as soon as they heard that there was a radio signal, someone saying, "Is anybody out there?" They're like, "Oh, baby, this is what we all signed up for." Ed's happy. The entire crew's happy. Gordon's very happy. They make the announcement down to engineering. Everybody's cheering. And then what really sold it to me was they then went to Claire's office. She's packing up, getting all of her stuff ready because she's going to be on the away mission. Her face was beaming. She was so happy. So we get this feel that humanity is the good guys. We know they're the good guys, but we really get a sense that they're so happy to be able to go out there and be the good guys. Even when they show up and things don't go as planned. They show up, the Regorians are very happy to meet people outside of their, aliens, basically. They're very happy. They want to be part of it. Oh, thank goodness things are going well. Then Kelly says, "Oh, it's me and Bortus's birthday coming up this month," and everything switches. Turns out the Regorians believe everything is in their world is governed by astrology. So any child born that month ever is considered, I can't remember the name of the sign that they gave, but the astrological sign, whatever that astrological sign is, they're trash. They're basically going to be put into concentration camps. And that was very interesting. So we're getting a parallel of not only like silly beliefs, we're getting a parallel of, concentration camps, putting people in camps. In today's world, putting children in camps. The Orville's very pro-social issues without, but still telling a good story and not just going, being blatant. Doctor Who's a little blatant with when they're doing social issues. They've always been that way. Don't pretend that they haven't. So I really enjoyed that. The Regorians, you couldn't reason with them whatsoever. They're just meeting alien life that's obviously more advanced than they are, and they're still holding on to this stupid belief, and they don't even consider, "Oh, you guys know, you guys have these trash symbol people in your world, and you just let them roam free. How can that be?" Not even considering the fact that everything they believe isn't true. Which they instantly, everything they believe they should consider to be up for debate because they just found out aliens exist and they landed on their world. So the Regorians are stubborn, to say the least. I love there was the seriousness of the episode. The comedy was great, and all the comedy came from Bortus being worried that he'd have to share his birthday with Kelly. He really wanted to celebrate his birthday on his own. And that's pretty much where all the comedy came from, was Bortus in this episode, which was really nice. When the show does the comedy, but just like, God, I'm so sorry, you guys. My arm is killing me. Oh, God, I'm going to have to go to a doctor. Don't forget to click on the Patreon link and become a patron so I can go to the doctor and fix my fat person arm that's weak and needs to work out. But so I really love this episode. Of course, I'm not going to say it's one of the best episodes ever like I did the last two episodes. It was an amazing episode, but I really loved Nothing Left on Earth Excepting Fishes. So, but I do want to hear what you guys think of this episode. Tala was great. Such a breath of fresh air. I was so worried that she was just going to be a carbon copy. She wasn't going to bring anything new to the table. She is a little bit, it takes some getting used to. All of a sudden you hear, you see a Selene, you're like, oh, that's a different voice. That's a different look. That's a different attitude. She's can't wait to kick some ass. Alara always had that thing like, okay, I'm going to stand here in case I need to kick some ass. But she never really had to. Tala, on the other hand, is like, I'm going to grab you by your neck, throw you up against the wall, punch you right in the face. Some dudes like all that stuff, but I don't think that Regorian doctor appreciated that. And of course, we're going to be getting deeper into the review this weekend when I do the full review. This is just my first impression for those of you who are just finding me today. And, of course, I'm going to do my Star Trek Discovery review as well. Real quick, here's a tip. Usually, we do the pre-show, the Talking The Orville live pre-show explosion, which was great. Thank you guys for tuning in last night. We had a great time. Talked about a lot of stuff. Had some behind-the-scenes clips from Season 1 as well as some cool stuff for Season 2. Now, usually I do the pre-show, and then I have to wait till the next day to watch the Orville so I can do this first impression video. But I was able to watch it as soon as we were done with the pre-show. As soon as the episode of the Orville was done airing, I downloaded the Fox Now app. Pro tip. Fox Now app, which is free. I mean, they do want you to sign up with your cable provider, but you don't have to. You just go skip. And the Orville is one of those shows that you can not only watch it live with the Fox app, you can watch the show live as it airs, but as soon as it's done airing, it becomes a video you can watch. And so as soon as it was done airing, I popped on the Fox app, tried it out, watched the whole episode in beautiful HD on my television. It was wonderful. So thank you, Fox, for being so fan-friendly. So fan-friendly. The Orville, everyone working on the show, very fan-friendly. As we know, not all franchises are as fan-friendly as the Orville and Fox has been. So I do want to give kudos to both of them. Thank you so much. And you guys use the Fox app if you have to wait the next day and don't want to. Another thing I wanted to bring up real quick was Bortus's birthday. Some people are saying, oh, Moclan's, a year on Moclus must be different than a year on Earth. How can Bortus and Kelly's birthdays be the same time of year every year? Well, they're not, as far as we know. The shows, when Kelly said, hey, Bortus, you want to have a co-birthday party? And he's like, hell to the no. She said, hey, your birthday falls 6 days later than my birthday this year. She specifically said this year. So this year, their birthdays were close together, but I bet next year they're not close together. We'll just have to wait until next season to find out, though. I hope they don't do another birthday episode next season with the same two crew. So it was a great introduction to Tala, a nice, sci-fi story, the kind that we, love. It's a what if episode, which is always my favorite. What if such and such things exist, and we get to watch and see how that plays out. So I love the episode. I'll be doing the full review, working on it all weekend. I'm sure I'll pop up here a couple different times with a couple other videos so we could talk about some other things going on. And I bought a tripod, or I ordered one. It's coming, so we can do our little Friday car videos with a lot less shaky cam. Though, I think if you're a fan of Michael Bay, the shaky cam's pretty sweet, because we love explosions. But okay, that's it. That's all I have to talk about today, because I got to get back to work. How about you? What did you think of last night's episode? I want to hear how you felt with Tala being the new security officer. Did you love her? You weren't feeling it? Were you really feeling it? Because I'm really feeling it. And say hello to Jessica in the comments. She's my new stalker. No, just kidding. I'd be honored to be stalked by you, Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Give her a warm welcome. Timba, your arms open wide. Shaka, when the walls fell. And make her feel welcome in the comments below. And I'll see you very soon with the full review. But you can join the conversation below. Let me know all your thoughts. It's really cold in here, so I'm having a hard time thinking. But thank you so much for liking, sharing, and supporting my stupid show. God, it's so stupid because I'm stupid. I'm horrible. And I'll see you very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you. Bye-bye.